Hey folks, good morning, good morning, Bomdiya, Dubai. I hope everyone is cool. Uh, it's 18 already, so just let me know if you guys can hear me. I can see some of you are over here. Hey Suzivan, good morning, brother. Vin, good morning. Marquis, good morning. Jamil, good morning, brother. I'm cool, man. Thanks for asking. Sharada, hello, brother. Danchu, boom. That PM session was a disaster, to be honest, brother. Hey Anish, good morning, brother. Tamimi, good morning. Kindly take a moment to smash that like button. Please do that for me. Jensi, how are you, brother? See the professor? All good. Thank you so much, brother. I really have a very small period of time to talk about this price action. So would love to go faster. I mean, as soon as possible, I'll try to finish this at first. I want to show you all the things over here within a moment, so that you can remember what the levels are marked over here when will be in the lower time frame. You are not going to get confused. To me, this is that minus two standard deviation minus 2.5 standard deviation. I want to see this market to go over here. So if you remember yesterday, what did I say? I want to see it will make a gap over there. It will trade this gap, then it will fall again, then it will go through this gap, tap to this gap, or maybe it's not going to tap to this gap. This leg, I'm not sure about that. And then finally, finally, this market will come over here. That is my expectation over here. However, I can be wrong. According to ICT, he is interested to see this market should fall from this volume imbalance. And you can see yesterday's candle perfectly respected this volume imbalance. So I can be wrong. Maybe this is the bearish market. So it's going to trade this gap over here, which I'm going to mark within a moment. This candle here, it will be a blue line. So when I'll be in lower time frame, just remember this line is actually the daily fair value gap over here. Have this sell side liquidity around this area and this gap over here. Of course, this market can trade this fair value gap and keep falling for this specific bullish fair value gap. So these two bullish gap, I've just marked all of them by one box over here. The whole range from here to here, this is that upper quadrant. Market tap to this upper quadrant and rejecting from there. I really would love to see, can it go through this bearish PD array and come to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. So I'm still bullish. I'm not bearish. Wanna see, can the market fall? Again, I can be wrong over here. This two line is the TGIF line. So last week candle, if you go for the 20%, 30%, you will see this two line over here. And as you can see, yesterday's candle has closed above this line. So the TGIF was not done yet. Okay. Today's candle tap to this TGIF. And if it can close above this line, I will say TGIF is done. As the market has done the TGIF before the market open, I'm expecting an expansion today. It should be an expanded day, and I prefer this market to keep going higher, at least to the top of this gap. So today's my target is this bearish fair value gap high, this daily bearish fair value gap high. That means this line is going to be my target for today. I want to see if this market can come over here. Again, I can be wrong. Maybe this market will trade this gap a bit and then it will start to fall. We'll see that while the market will open. But for now, as the TGIF is done by today, so far, I'm expecting the expansion. Again, today is Tuesday before the CPI. Tomorrow we have the CPI. So Tuesday is a manipulation day. I'm not expecting this is going to be a manipulation day because yesterday was not an accumulation day. It was an expansion day. So I'm not interested to see the manipulation today, but it can happen. Like it will clear previous day high, which is this line. It will take that line and then it will start to look for the previous day low, which is over here. It can also happen. Okay. So I will take my decision to take the sell if I see from 15-minute chart body has closed below this gap. So if it closed below this gap from 15-minute chart, I will look for the selling opportunity. Otherwise, I'm really interested to see, can I frame a buy over here at least until this high of this bearish fair value gap. So my expectation is this 488 handle. Market will go toward that area, and whatever I can find out of this 488 handle, that's more than enough for me to get that boom. I'm back to 1 hour chart. In this 1 hour chart, if you guys remember yesterday, I showed you the dealing range high, dealing range low, and I told you that it can maximum go until this line, which is 6 on 8 level. So while from 1 minute chart, it was going a bit above this line. I was saying that from the hourly chart, you will be able to see there is a wick. Okay, there will be no candle. There will be just a wick over there. So market actually built the wick over there and then reversed, came here, took this low one more time, this relatively equal lows, trade this bullish gap over here. After trading this bullish gap, it started to go higher again. And so far, it has cleared previous day high. If I'm not mistaken, the previous day high has already been cleared. So let's see if it can stay above the 50% of this new week opening gap. If it happens, I'll keep looking for the buy. Otherwise, if it is going to be the fake breakout, that means one candle has closed above the 6 on 8 level. The very next candle has closed below the 6 on 8 level. I will say that this whole dealing range, I mean the biggest dealing range, upper quadrant, is not going to hold to the market. Instead of that, market has an intention to come to this 50% of the bigger dealing range. Okay, I'm not interested to see that, but it can of course happen. So as far as it's not going to be broken, that means market is not going to go through this line with this speed. I'm not sure what is going to happen over here. So still I have to predict the market depending on the price action whatever I have over here. I will try to do that. So if you ask me what I would love to see, I want to see the buy run. And as long as this market is not going to go here, which is this line, so let me actually make it from the hourly chart, and this is also from the hourly chart. So there, okay. So coming back, as long as this market is not coming to this line over here, I'll try to keep looking for the buy. But if I'm wrong and market actually fall closed from 15-minute chart below this volume imbalance, maybe I'll start to look for sell. I'm not sure about that, but or maybe I'll just simply let this go. Depending on the price, I'll just change my direction. Otherwise, I'm interested to see this market will only keep going higher for that specific line. That is gonna be my target today. Coming back to 15-minute chart, over here, this is the 50-minute chart. Up the 50-minute bearish gap over here, which is also the last fair value gap. So interested to see how this market is going to react from this gap from 50-minute chart. I hope it will break. It is going to break this 15-minute gap, and it's coming for this line, which is the, you remember, the high of the daily bearish fair value gap. If it can come over here, I don't need to hold the trade until this line over here. Even if I can find the trade until the 50% of this gap, which is aligned with the 50% of this daily bearish gap. This candle is the daily bearish gap low. This line is the daily bearish gap high. So around this line, the 50% is aligned here somewhere. Okay, so this is the 50%. So I'll try to look for the buy until the 50-minute gap over here, last parallel gap actually. So can it come over here? So any kind of buying opportunity from here to here, it's nearly 262 handle. So if I can find this 262 handle out of this maybe just 60 handle, I believe that is more than enough for being profitable. You don't need like 1000 entries in a day. However, while this market came here and trade this area, which is the hourly bearish gap, if you guys remember from the hourly chart, as well as the 6 on 8 level, then it come back again, fall, took the low over here, trade this gap one more time here, build some kind of obvious liquidity has been cleared over here. That liquidity has been cleared. There is no liquidity left, okay? But that was also the unfinished, unfilled fair value gap. Market didn't fill this gap, so I can't look for the breaker block. If it could fill this gap 100%, I could look for this breaker block and the standard deviation as well, for predicting the high from the 15-minute chart. As it didn't happen, I'm just watching it. Market structure shift, fair value gap has traded this fair value gap, order block has traded that order block, keep going higher, unfilled gap. Market come back again, try to fill this gap 100%, fail to do it, and then come over here, build the obvious liquidity around that area. This high has been cleared over here by a shallow run, which is the obvious liquidity. So around the opening, can the market fall a bit, then start to go higher? Would love to go for the regular trading hour. And if you see this regular trading hour here, this how to say that, uh what is that, regular trading hour opening gap. Okay, so I'm going to mark a box over here. This is the closing and this is the opening. This is gonna be the regular trading hour opening gap. I'm gonna write it down so that later you can remember what is that. RTA's opening gap. Opening gap. This regular trading hour opening gap over here is actually my interest to see, can the market trade this regular trading hour opening gap. This is called the real liquidity void. Also, I have some, regular trading hour opening gap over here around this area. I want to see this gap to work as a breakaway gap. So market will leave this gap open like this way, and it will keep going higher, even though it has traded the upper quadrant of the regular trading hour opening gap from yesterday. Happy to see that. No worries about that. But most maximum portion of this gap should be open to work as a breakaway gap, and market should keep going higher for this regular trading hour opening gap from Friday, 5th of June. Here, the market is going to open around here. Okay, so there will be a small regular trading hour opening gap today. So market first will open, tap to the 50% of the regular trading hour opening gap, then it will it will start to go higher. The target is this line, which is the daily bearish fair value gap high. Then this regular trading hour opening gap quadrant levels. As I can see here, this line is actually the lower quadrant of the regular trading hour opening gap. So even if it come until this regular trading hour opening gap lower quadrant, that's more than enough for being profitable. So let's see how this market is actually going to work. I'm just not interested to see the market fall as long as from 15-minute chart market is not going to close below this uh, new week opening gap. From 15-minute chart, if it close below this new week opening gap, then and only then I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for any sort of sell. I'm only interested to look for buy. So I'm going actually against my mentor. I don't know what the disaster is going to happen, but I am not interested to change my analysis because it's making me more nervous, more confused. So I'm gonna hold my understanding over here as long as it's not going to prove me wrong. So I'm only bullish and I'm interested to see this market to keep going higher only. Okay. Yesterday's PM session was really disaster, and I tried to frame a buy actually. If I'm not mistaken, the buy was, I don't remember was that buy. Okay, the market has opened already. I'll talk about that later. I have something to talk about the London session as well. Talk about them as well. So this is the closing. This is the opening. I'm going to mark the quadrant level of the today's opening gap. Going to mark it very thin line so that later I can understand this is my opening gap. Okay, and I'm going to remove the hourly dealing range 6 on 8 level from my chart. So going to remove that. Okay, perfect. And coming back to electronic trading hour. Actually, let me keep the uh, new week opening gap to my 1 minute chart. So this is the new week opening gap. Target is this line for today. If I'm not wrong. I hope it will go higher. Remember, today is a low probable day to trade because tomorrow we have CPI. So don't rush to go for a trade. If you wait perfectly, if you guys remember yesterday, we have framed a beautiful trade at the end of the session. That was nearly 100 plus handle. I think it was 138 handle. So just don't rush to go for a trade in a low probable day. Watching, can it fall until this line or the 50% of the regular trading hour opening gap. So can it fall to this line? That is the best line actually to fall, and then start to go higher. To go for the obvious liquidity, this high has been cleared over here. Also, it's leaving the buy side liquidity over here, relatively equal highs from 1 minute chart. First, wanna see, can it fall, trade here, then go higher. It doesn't need to fall until this area. It is more than enough for the falling. I prefer this market to fall until here at first, then to go higher to clear not only this buy side liquidity but also the obvious liquidity from the 15-minute chart. Okay. Again, I can be wrong because market has tapped to the daily bearish gap. It can keep falling from here. I'm just interested to switch my bias if I see a 50-minute candle close below this gap. If it happens, then and only then I'll switch my bias to bearish from bullish. Until then, I'm only bullish. So I'll see if I can find a buying opportunity over here. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here. I highly appreciate it, brother. Good morning, Edith, Trader Cups. Good morning, brother. Giggle Heart, when is CPI? Tomorrow is CPI. Jaid, good morning, brother. Thanks for being over here. Vin, 29566 equal low. 29566 equal low. 566. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Let's see if it can fall and take this sell side liquidity as well by trading the 50% and take this sell side liquidity before going higher. Can it to do that? I'm only interested to see this market to fall at first. It doesn't need to come over here, but if it come over here, that is the best case of scenario to me. So I prefer this market to keep falling at first. Not going to take this sell. I'm only interested to take the buy. So I'll let the sell go. Then I'll try to frame the buy. That's my plan so far. Okay. If any of you are interested to take the sell, please go for it. I'm not interested to take any short of sell. Okay, guys, I'm going to remove this new day opening gap. Sorry, new week opening gap from my chart so that I can see my chart clearly. What is happening over here? That's cool. Watching the chart, still no buying opportunity to me. No sell at all. Let me keep this 50-minute chart as well so that you can understand what is happening from the 15-minute chart over here. Mid the mere little Indians will turn around now. Where are you waiting for price to get to? I prefer this market to reverse either from this line or that line. And I'm interested to see this market will come toward that line over here today. But if it can come over here and if I can frame a buy over there, I think that's more than enough for me to be profitable. So to me, I really highly appreciate for this market to go higher. But before going higher, it needed to trade either this line or that line. I'm just not sure which one is going to be traded. So far I have seen that it has traded the upper quadrant. I'm just watching, can it give me any sort of buying opportunity? If I see any buying opportunity over here, I'll take it. But so far there is nothing. So I'm not going to take any trade over here yet. I'm going to wait. I was in sell. I'm out. Took 15-second entry, 932 exit, 934, $800 for the day. I'm out. One trade a day. Congratulations, Zaid, for your boom, brother. Yeah, I can see the from 15 seconds that there was a beautiful 22 bearish model. And it was a run for, let me see how much was the run. 50 seconds, 6 handle run. Awesome, brother. Cheers with you. That's cool, man. Let's go. To me, still there is no trade. If any of you are interested to go for a trade, you guys are absolutely welcome. I don't have any opportunity yet. So even though I'm bullish, I don't see any setup over here to take the trade. If I don't see the setup, I'm not going to take any trade. I'm just keep waiting. As long as it's not going to give me the opportunities, I'm not going to take it. कुछ भी नहीं. GP Smith, you are in? I mean, in for buy or in for sell? What did you take? Like buy or sell? To me, still there is nothing. Any of you would love to take the buy or sell, you're welcome to go for it. To me, still there is simply nothing. This is just a consolidation market. By the way, I'm not talking about 15-second chart. So if you are any of you are framing the trade from 15-second chart, that's a different case of scenario. From 1 minute chart, still there is nothing. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here. Watching it slowly. If I find the setup, I'll frame it. Okay. Even if I mean if it is the stop loss is logical, then and only then I'll frame the trade. Otherwise, not interested to touch this market randomly. So buy sell, and your account is gone. I'm not interested to do that over here. You are good to go with anything. Nothing clear yet. Absolutely, Alizali. There is nothing. Okay, so I have to wait. Unfortunately, I have to wait because there is simply nothing. कुछ भी नहीं. That is the upper quadrant of the opening gap. So regular trading opening gap upper quadrant here. The low of the fair value gap is over here. So far it has clearly trade the low of this. I mean fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. Just wanna see can it be respected and send the market higher for this obvious liquidity which is over here for that buy side liquidity around here. Still I don't have anything over here to take. This could be the knife drop. Of course it can happen if you wanna take the sell and if you find the opportunities. Just don't wait for anything else. Take the sell. Immediately take the sell. I'm not interested to take the sell, first of all, above the new week opening gap. Secondly, while I have seen that it has already traded the upper quadrant of the opening gap. More importantly, when I'm interested to see this market to be bullish, I'm just not interested to take any short of sell. But you're good to go to take any short of sell, sister. To me, there is simply nothing yet. However, I will watch this candle actually. If it can engulf this candle, I'll try to take a buy from this order block. If the body can close above this line, I'll try to take the buy from this order block. Stop loss is 36 handle. I believe that's a good uh, risk. Remember, body has to close above this line to give me the buy. If the body failed to close above this line, no trade is valid. If it doesn't provide me the opportunity, I'm good to go. I'm really absolutely okay with that. No worries. But I was thinking about the buy. That's all. It's more than enough for me to be on the right side of the market. So market was overzealous, didn't give me the entry. I'm gonna accept that. There's no problem with that. So let's hope for the best. I also found the market structure shift over here. I don't think so it's going to give me the opportunity to enter from the order block. So I will watch that 22 YT model bullish fair value gap to try to take the buy. I just need to make sure that how much is going to be the risk. If it doesn't want to give me the entry, I'm absolutely cool with that. 39 handle. Oh, come on. 40 handle. At least 40 handle. That's a better idea. I don't know how to enter, okay? This is really so big volatile market. I mean, if it build a gap over here, I have to take the entry from this bullish fair value gap over here. That's really an absolutely a highly risky trade, but this is what it is. So for found the trade, let's wait for this type of scenario to happen. Market will fall, build another bullish order block from 22 IT model, then it will go higher. Like it will keep going higher. So let's wait for this type of scenario. Here, I had no way to take the entry. First of all, this gap is not valid to take the entry because this is just a bullish gap. I had this order block, so I was able to take the entry from this order block. Unfortunately, you see this market is extremely bullish, so it's not giving me the entries. Good. So we'll see if it can fall here to this gap, build a bullish order block, then I will try to take another buy over here. Not going to take the buy from this gap because it's going to be the huge volatility. Sorry, the huge stop loss. So not going to take the buy. Would love to see this 50-minute gap to give me a reaction. Those people who are my members, they know what I mean to say by reaction. Send the market lower as a reaction, then build a bullish order block. Tap to this bullish order block. I'll try to take the buy from this bullish order block. Just remember my target is over here, this line. As long as it's not coming over here, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. Any kind of fall, I'll let them go. When you are with me, you are in a safe hand about the bias. Yes, sometimes I'll be wrong. Maybe one or two times I'll be wrong. But most of the time, my bias is something very, very powerful. I'm not going to regret because I didn't find the entry because I know that if I keep waiting, I'll find the opportunities to take the entry next time. So not going to rush, not going to chase the market. We'll wait patiently because I know what the market is going for. You also know that, right? So please don't get rush. Hope you will see you'll find a better price action. And where you will get the opportunities, you'll be able to enter over there. You wanna see my trading? I took the sell here, close it here to the break even, took the buy here, close it here above the buy side liquidity. And if it is one-sided, that means this market is just keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. No need to chase the market. It's just simply a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bull candle. Don't chase the market. This market is in rush to mitigate all the fall from the last week. So again, I'm not interested to go against my mentor, ICT. He's bearish. I want to see this market to fall, to be honest. I don't want him to be wrong. I want to be wrong here. I don't want to, I don't, I simply want to be wrong here. I don't know how to say that. But to be honest, this is something very obvious things that you should keep looking for the buy. Something like that. Sellers will be mocked. Don't rush. It will give you the opportunity. Okay. So don't rush. Please don't rush. It will give you the opportunity. Even if it is a bearish market, you will get the opportunity. Even if it is a bullish market, you will get the opportunity. But you will must get an opportunity to take and trade. Just don't rush. That's all I wanna ask you guys to do. Don't rush. It's a miracle that all of these three market are correlated now. ES, in ES, NQ, YM. All of them are correlated. This is really awesome. Yeah, I know that, Sujivan. I have already talked about that. This is the daily fair value gap low. This is the daily fair value gap high. My target is this daily fair value gap high for today. So I want to see this market to come over here. I also want to see the expansion today because the TGIF is done already before the market open. So today I'm expecting an expansion day, not kind of manipulation dates. It should be an expansion day. And I'm interested to see the bullish expansion, and more importantly to this regular trading hour opening gap 50% of the lower quadrant from 5th of June. So I'm interested to see the bull run. This daily bearish gap is nothing my concern, but I really would love to see, even if it failed to come here, it will come to the 50% of this 50-minute last fair value gap. So until the 50% of here, that's all I want to see. But here, when it started to go higher, as you can see, it's just extremely bullish market, one-sided market. So didn't give me any opportunity from 1 minute chart, simply nothing. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bull candle. So last 9 minute, there is no sellers, only the buyers, only the buyers. And I'm not able to get any sort of entries over here. Yeah, I could, of course, chase the market, but I don't prefer to chase the market. I am bullish until the high of the daily bearish fair value gap. If it make any sense, I'm interested to see something over here. Okay, some kind of accumulation that will help me to frame another trade. If it keep going higher like this way, I won't be able to touch this market. It better to switch over to 15 second. I don't want to make you mental, to be honest, brother. Because from 15 seconds set, I actually intend to take at least 25 to 30 trades at least. So far I have just taken 2 trades. I'll end up with 30 trades at least. Any of you would love to take the sell, you're welcome to take the sell. I'm just not interested to take the sell, remember. I need some fall so that I can frame another buy. Let's see if it can fall any of these two line before going higher. Whoever is willing to take the sell, please go for it, guys. I can be wrong. Maybe this is a bearish market. Okay, so this is the Judas swing. Market is now going to fall to take these liquidities over here. I can be wrong over here. So please don't miss the trade and don't blame me. I'm not interested to take the sell. I'm interested to see this market to fall a bit so that I can start to look for another buying opportunity. My maximum fall is this line or this specific fair value gap over here. So maximum line to fall is this gap. I prefer to this market to reverse any of these two line, any of these two line. Now countdown, straight gun, beautiful market structure shift make. Come to 29705, 29705, 705. What is that? Here somewhere. Okay, yeah. If it can come over here somewhere. Perfect. To me, there is no sell. I'm not interested to take any short of sell. This market doesn't need to come to the equilibrium or to the deep discounted area. It can simply work with this upper quadrant. Remember, this is the upper quadrant, okay? So it can simply work with this upper quadrant and can keep going higher. I'm just watching how it is going to react over here. Okay, so far it came to the 50%. So can it come to this line maximum, or does it really would love to come to this gap so that I can frame a buying opportunity? From here, if it started to reverse, I think that I'm not going to find any setup. But if it come over here and build a bullish fair value, I mean bullish order block, I'll be able to take a buy over here from this gap. So my maximum fall is until here. That gap is my maximum fall. But it can simply reverse from this area. I'm just afraid maybe I will not find any opportunities to take the buy if it want to reverse from there, this 6 on 8 level. To take the sell, there is nothing. First of all, there is simply nothing. And I'm not interested to take any short of sell. Came to the old 22 YT model. Would love to see can it make any sort of buy setup from here, from this specific fair value gap. Lowest down close body close candle is going to be my order block. So I'll choose my order block very carefully, and then I'll try to take the buy from that order block. So for this candle is not my order block because this has a very small body, long wick. So I'm not going to use this candle as an order block. From 15-minute chart, I can see that this last fair value cap is holding the market, even though market went higher to the week, but it is still holding the market. So does it really would love to fall? If it would love to fall, I will do nothing over here. Simply I'll let the fall go. Not going to touch the fall. Any of you would love to take the sell, you're always welcome to take the sell. Okay, please go for it. My maximum fall is until this gap. So as long as this gap is holding the market, I'm good to go for the buy. If this gap is broken, I will not look for the buy. I will let the fall go without touching this market. So not going to touch it if this gap is broken. That gap is broken. So my maximum fall should happen until this gap, and this gap should hold the market. Fake breakout is acceptable. That means one candle has closed below this gap, the very next candle has closed inside this gap again. However, now I have the consecutive order block. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a big order block, I guess. Let's see if it can start to go higher now. Any of you would love to take the sell, please go for it. To me, the maximum fall should happen until this fair value gap. And then this market has to go higher again. It's my opinion. So I wanna see this market to work like that way. If it keep falling, I'm not going to touch the market. So this is the 10 a.m. We are inside the silver bullet. This will be taken. I'll start to look for buy again after clearing this sell side liquidity. Not going to take any short of buy as long as it's not going to clear the liquidity. At least this low should be taken and market should trade this gap, and then I'll start to look for buy again. I'm going to remove them because they are broken and market didn't provide me any sort of buying opportunity. Until now, I didn't frame not even a single trade. Market has opened already uh, 30 minutes. There is no trade yet. So see if it can provide me any opportunities after clearing, I mean, after tapping to this gap. If it failed to tap to this gap, no trade is valid to me. Sell, I'm not going to take it. It will keep falling. I'll keep looking for buy. I know this is very uh, odd, but this is what it is. Let me see if I have something from the hourly chart. Nothing. Forward chart. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. No buy is valid over here. Those who would love to take the buy, welcome to go for it. If you can't be patient, then don't trade, man. Do something else. You have to be very patient if you really would love to take the trade. This fall, there is no setup. This up run, there is no setup. So I don't see any setup. Okay, some of you can say that there is a this bullish gap. Then there is what type of setup you can say? This inverse gap to you. Okay, so it's kind of forcing the market. I'm not interested to force the market. If you think this is the inversion fair value gap, take the buy from here. It's not my inversion gap. I'm not going to take the buy from this gap. You're good to go. Who is in a trade? From 15-second chart, I don't see anything. Here, This can't be the order block around that area. See here, this can't be the order block. The first reason, it didn't trade the 1 minute last gap. So it didn't trade the gap, it's not a valid order block to me. So here I don't see any buying opportunity even to take the buy around that area. Simply nothing I can see over here. Just simply nothing. So from 15-second chart, I'm watching, can it inverse this high? I mean, sorry, can it shift this high over here? After shifting this high, can it fall one more time to this specific gap, then start to go higher with a bullish pair, I mean order block? If it can do that, then and only then I'll start to look for the buying opportunity from this bullish fair value gap order block. As long as it's not happening from the 15-second chart, I still have nothing. So all I need, first this high to be shifted, this high to be shifted, then market to fall one more time to this specific bullish fair value gap over here, then I'll start to look for the bullish order block. If it can build any sort of bullish order block, I'll try to take that buy from that bullish order block. Jaid, if it make any sense to you, brother. This is not the inverse gap as well. Why this can't be market structure shift? Which market structure shift you are talking about, Vin? You have to mention me. I mean, here in this market, we have thousands of the market structure shift. Which one you are actually interested to see as your market structure shift? Thank you, Jaid. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Until now, I didn't frame not even a single trade uh, to this live. So it's already 34-minute market has opened, but still now I didn't frame not even a single trade. If I frame a trade, I'll call it. Okay, this is gonna be my first trade for today. I'll call it in front of everyone over here. Yesterday I framed three trade, one losing trade, one partial break even, another one was like 138 handle profit. The loss was 37 handle, the profit was 138 handle, and the break even one after the partial was nearly 60 handle run. So it was a good day yesterday. So let's see how it is going to end by today. I mean today how it is going to end. 934, 934. Okay, this low market structure shift. Okay, so if you think this is the market structure shift over here, this market has to come over here, at least over here, to give you the selling opportunity, right? You can't simply take the sell from this specific bearish fair value gap. You can't take it. This is like in the very discounted area. So and around the discounted area, you can't take the sell. So what this market has to do, it has to come at least the 50% or 6 on 8%, 6 on 8 level, any of this level, then you can start to look for the sell. From here, you can't even think about a sell. Does it work? If you are interested to see the sell, can you all pause for a second and hit the like button? Appreciated. Can you guys please take a pause and hit the like button? All of you, highly appreciated, guys. Hey Uchuk, brother, what about 942 gap when we use as reclaimed gap 942? This one, it's an highly important gap. So you can use it as a reclaimed gap. There is nothing wrong about that. But I don't think so you will be able to cover the stop loss. I don't think so, brother, because this is a highly volatile market. That's why I don't prefer to use any reclaimed gap or trap gap now these days, because I won't be able to cover the stop loss, because it's going to be highly volatile market. The highly volatile market, covering this type of gaps is highly risky, like 60, 70, 80 handle stop loss. I don't prefer to take those type of huge stop loss. Add more here. Are you in a sell? Are you in a buy? Jaid. Price test Asia high. Mhm. I don't look for the session liquidity, unfortunately. Until now, I have nothing over here. This is simply Market open, went higher, fall. See, it is in a range. This is a range. This is the low of the range. This is the high of the range. Market is in range. So this market is not moving anywhere. I'm not in rush to go for a trade. I'm just watching it. How can this market is going to move? Like, does it want to move toward the buy side or toward my target, or is it actually respecting the daily bearish gap as well as the 50-minute last parallel gap and would love to keep falling for a lot of sell side liquidities over there? What the market is interested, willing to do? I'm just waiting for that to see. Here, simply nothing to do except waiting. It is also important to know when to wait and when not to wait, because this market 90% waiting, 10% pushing button. Okay, so if you don't know when you should wait, instead of that you react, you will hurt yourself. I'm trying to explain you why it's better time to wait. Look at what the market happened. Like, went higher, fall without any sort of setup, without any kind of price action. Just some random bull candle, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 bull candle, and then all the bear candle. So it's something like you should wait over here. Simply do nothing. Brother is going to fall. Take the sell. It is going higher. Take the buy. I see nothing here. If I see nothing, that means I can't explain it. Why I can't see anything? Because there is nothing. Was in a buy, took me out. Bad luck. Good morning. Hey, Phoenix. How are you, sir? No trade is the best trade. Agree with you, brother. I'm waiting for clear sell side liquidity, trade fair value gap. I also prefer this market to fall at least to this gap, and then we'll see if it can start to go higher from this gap. So this sell side liquidity, that can be the target as well, because below this sell side liquidity, I have the 50-minute bullish gap over here. Of course, it can fall and take this sell side liquidity. There is nothing wrong. I prefer this market to reverse from this fair value gap. That is the best case of scenario. In that type of scenario, when this market will started to fall a bit, I'll be able to take a sell over there. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, clear this sell side liquidity, I'll start to look for the buy again from this 50-minute bullish gap. Good morning, Chatur. Very good. Did you take any trade, Phoenix? How was your trading, man? Okay, the sell side has been cleared. So I'm going to mark it as a green line, sorry, blue line, and going to remove the sell side liquidity. Instead of that, going to mark it as a 50-minute bullish fair value gap. So this is the 50-minute bullish fair value gap low. This is the 50-minute bullish fair value gap high. Just to see if it can be respected this gap and keep going higher. This is the lower quadrant of the opening gap, low of the opening gap. This is the TGIF lines over there that has already been traded. Don't see any logic over here. This market to keep falling for this TGIF line one more time. Whether it's an extremely bearish market, maybe take the sell. And that is also the hourly bullish fair value gap as well over here. Not only the 50-minute bullish fair value gap, but also the hourly bullish fair value gap. So a good area for the reversal. Market has also cleared some liquidity here, some sort of liquidity. Can it go higher now? Or does it want to keep falling? If it keep falling, I'm not going to touch this market. As you can see, this 50-minute candle over here. I don't know why it didn't close. Okay, still 2 minutes left. So after 2 minutes, this 50-minute candle will close. We'll see how this 50-minute candle is going to close. Tap to the lower quadrant of the opening gap. Hmm, not in rush. I'll let him fall. Every single bullish period, I'll let him fall until every single bullish period. And then I'll see if I can find the buying opportunity. I think this is going to be broken, so I'm going to remove it. And I'll mark this gap over here from 50-minute chart. The best thing for today is this three market is correlated. Nasdaq, ES, and the Dow. All of them are correlated. That is the best case of scenario today. I'm not forcing any of you not to take the sell. I'm not forcing any of you not to take the buy. I'm just saying I have no opportunities to take the trade. So if I don't see any trade, I'm not going to take the trade. But if you see some trade, go for it, man. You are free to fly. I can see that my mentor was absolutely right so far. So here, tap to this bearish gap, also respecting this specific volume imbalance he talked about. So all I can see here, these bodies are respecting this volume imbalance. The wick did the damage, and then finally market will go for this sell side liquidity, and it will come over here. He is the really a genius. Can argue with ICT. Okay, let him fall. What a great fall last so far. 500 handle fall so far. Nice. Within 50 minute, okay, 48 minute. Within 48 minute, it has fallen 500 handle. Awesome. Phoenix, nice fair value gap to watch. 150 minute chart. See approximately 29 for 1 1 for 1 1. Okay, it came over there already. We are at the top of Monday's first fair value gap right now, or we have already go through that. Relatively equal lows around 29,340, 29,340, 340. Let me see where is it. Okay, I don't see the relatively equal lows unfortunately. I think market trade daily CV lower quadrant and start to fall. Maybe, maybe. You wanna take the sell? Go for it, brother. I'm still not convinced. Yep, I'm still not convinced. The market has already closed below the from 15-minute chart. It has already closed below the new week opening gap, and the next candle is falling. I should switch my bias to bearish now, but if it even if I would love to take the sell, this market has to go higher. Without going higher, I can't take the sell, right? So we'll just wait a bit more to see how it is going to react finally. Guys, I'm not taking the trade, okay? I'm not seeing the setup. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not going to take the losing trade. I'm not losing anything. I'm not gaining anything. I'm just watching it. I'm not getting anything. I'm just not framing any trade because I'm not seeing something good to me. Even if I would love to switch my bias, I need this market to go higher at first. Then I will be able to frame the sell. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible for me to frame the sell as well. I'm just not doing anything over here. See chart in Discord if anyone interested in what I'm looking for. 391, 391, 39. I think they have been already paused, bagged and tagged. H1 fair value gap also touched now. Okay, it has already traded the bullish fair value gap. So this gap you guys you were talking about, I guess. The lowest down close body close candle is one of the best order block. So it is trading also this hourly bullish order block over here. Market structure shift, fair value gap, tap to this fair value gap, come back again, trade the fair value gap one more time, went higher, fall, trading this hourly bullish fair value gap over here. So if I mark the 50% of this hourly bullish gap, that gonna be so beautifully traded the 50% of this hourly bullish gap, sorry, bullish order block, which is called the mean threshold of that hourly bullish order block. So I'm going back to 1 minute chart. That is that mean threshold. Market has already traded this word mean threshold. Okay, from the hourly chart. Can it go higher now, or does it want to keep falling? I wanna see it to go higher a bit at least now. It has also cleared all the lows. That's cool. Mhm. Let's hope for the best. I found the market structure shift over here. I will just watch if it can build any sort of bullish fabric up over here. If it do that, I'm going to frame my first trade for today. That's gonna be my first trade for today. Okay. I just need okay. If it keep going high like that way, I won't be able to touch it. But I need a bullish fair value gap over here. That's gonna be my first trade for today. My first trade for today. I just don't know it will give me that opportunity or not. I'm not asking any of you to go for this trade. I love to take this. Oh man, where I can put my stop loss. Disaster. Even if I put it over here, it's 48 handle. Okay, I'm not going to take it because it's 48 handle, 50 handle is stop loss. Like until here, it's 100 handle. I don't know how to take this trade, okay? Because the risk is like 50 handle. You are not giving me the entry. I got the market structure shift. That was the gap. And until this specific fair value gap, I really wanted to see some trade around that area. Unfortunately, this just didn't give me the opportunity. That's cool. It's highly volatile market, guys. Unfortunately, you see this candle from 1 minute chart, it's 64 handle. Like one candle is highly volatile. So to be honest, I am not interested to go for any kind of trade in this type of scenario where one candle, 1 minute, one candle is like 64 handle. This is highly risky for me. Let's see if it can come here to this specific gap, this two blue line, and then make the bullish order block. I'll see if it can do that. I'll try to take a buy from that bullish order block after coming over here. If it doesn't, I'm out. From 15-second chart, there was an opportunity to take the buy from here, and I just took the partial till the stop loss got stopped out over here. It is from the 15-second chart, okay? I took the sell here from this 22 YT model, market structure shift. Then there was the fair value gap. Try to take the sell from there. Sorry, here. Market structure shift, fair value gap. Try to take the sell from that fair value gap. Close the trade to the 618 level. Took this buy here, and this sell actually got stopped out to the break even. So here, break even, buy a very small run, sell a very small run, buy a very small run, like small runs over there. 15-second chart is something like, even if it is highly volatile, it doesn't matter. You will get some good setup with a very low risk. But from 1 minute chart, I'm just trying to frame some trade around here. So let's see if it can provide me some trading opportunity around that area or not. I'm just interested to see, can it come to this line, see here and here. Can it come to this box and meet a bullish order block so that I can take the buy? Lowest down close body close candle need to be engulfed so that I can take the buy from that bullish order block. From 1 minute chart today, I have nothing over here. Until now, I didn't find not even a single trading opportunity. If it started to fall, I'm not going to touch the sell. If this low is taken, no bullish order block is also valid. Market can't take this low over here to frame the bullish order block. It can't take this low and it has to engulf the lowest down close body close candle immediately so that I can frame the buy. Otherwise, if it keep falling, I'm not going to touch it. I'll just let this go without touching this market. I'll just simply let this go. If this candle close above this candle right now, I'll try to take the buy from this candle by putting the stop loss maybe below the mean threshold of this order block, because I'm not able to cover the whole candle by my stop loss, which is going to be 52 handle. I won't be able to cover the whole candle. Okay. So that's gonna be my new plan for taking this buy here somewhere. Okay. So I'll try to keep it like this way until to this specific gap over here. If the body can close above this candle immediately within 5 candle, then I'll try to take this buy. If it keep falling, I'm not going to touch it. I don't like the long here due to bearish bias. I will wait until the bias still flip before taking any long. You are always welcome, brother. I'm seeing a very specific PD array over here. First of all, the mean threshold of the bullish order block from hourly chart. Secondly, 15-minute last fair value gap. Thirdly, in this market, all of these lows has been cleared. All of them has been cleared. So to me, it's the logical area for this market to reverse, at least until the 50% of this bearish fair value gap from the 15-minute chart. So if I can find a buy over here, it's, let's see here, 153 handle. I even don't need them. I can simply close the trade here, which is a 100 handle. So if it can close above this line, tap to this line, this is gonna be my first trade for today. Yeah, I'm not able to put my stop loss below this low. I'll try to put it over here. Okay, which is 36 handle. It has to close one tick above this line to give me the buy. If it tap to this line, it's gonna be my first trade for today. I'm not asking any of you to go for this trade, okay? So I'm already in, and I'm interested to see if it can give me at least 1 is to 1 partial, which is 36 handle. That's gonna be the first partial, okay? 1 is to 1, first partial. Again, I can be wrong over here. If I get stopped out, I'll try to take a re-entry because I didn't cover the whole order block. I just covered the mean threshold of this order block. And then I'll try to hold this trade until here. Remember, the stop loss has to be below this low. I'm not going to do that because if I'm wrong and I put my stop loss over here, that's going to be 58 handle. I am not interested to take that 58 handle risk. So I'll put it over here around 36 handle randomly, just covering the 50% of this order block to see if it can be rejected from there and give me at least the partial over here. And then I'll try to hold the trade until that area from this order block. The logic is the 50-minute last fair value gap, hourly bullish order block 50%, everything is over here. So just need to see, can it go higher? However, it has built a bullish gap over here. I want to see this gap not to be touched by the market. It should not touch this gap. Okay, not I'm not saying that it's not going to fill this gap. I'm saying it should not touch this gap. It should work as a breakaway gap. Let's hope for the best. If it doesn't work, I'm going to get a loss of 36 handle. Okay, just 36 handle or 37 handle, something like that. But for example, it stop me out, go back again, close above this order block. I'm going to take re-entry over here from this order block. However, it tapped to this gap. I didn't like it at all. I wanted to see it not to touch this gap at all. So it will work the best breaker means the breakaway gap. It took me. Would love to see if it can close above this order block again so that I can take re-entry over here. I repeat one more time, I didn't cover the whole order block. Okay, it can took me. Okay, as long as it's not going to go below this order block, re-entry is valid over here. So I'll try to take re-entry. If it go below this order block, I'm not going to touch this trade anymore. Otherwise, without going below this order block, I'll try to take it will close above this line. I'll take rebuy. I want to show you the mean threshold of this order block as well. This is the 50%. I've just covered the 50% of this order block. So one candle has closed below the 50%. Next candle is going to close above this 50%. That is still valid bullish order block. Now, I really don't know how to say this, but to be honest, it's gonna be like highly risky trade, okay? Because like below this order blocks, that means these two consecutive candles are the order block. Okay, I can't put it simply over here because it's huge stop loss. This is 66 handle. That's why I tried to take the risk over here just to cover the 50%. And as you can see, it's respecting this order block, but it took me over here. I have to accept that, unfortunately. And then I would try to take re-entry if it close above this order block one more time, just to take the re-entry. But the risk will be the same because I am not still able to put it over here. But I can simply believe that it's not coming back again to the 50% of this mean threshold. One more time, I can risk it. So I'm going to risk one more time over here to see if it can provide me the entry to take the re-entry. See here, it has came here, but it just took me over here. I hope you guys got the point, right? What was the point for putting the stop loss over here? Because of the stop loss. It is highly volatile market. Just because of that, I put my stop loss over here. Otherwise, my stop loss should be below this order block, below that candle. And you can see I never get stopped out over here. This is my best order block over here. So it gave me re-entry, same level as a partial. We'll see if it can give me the partial. Risk is same over here. Exactly, that's 36 handle. It should be 36 handle, something like that. So now see if it can go higher now. If it doesn't work over here, I'll just simply stop trading because it should give me the reaction until the 50% of this 15-minute bullish gap. Come on, market. Risk is same. Okay, still I'm not going to put it below this order block. So this time it came back one more time to the mean threshold of this order block. Not bad. Just tap to this order block mean threshold here. I was expecting this thing to happen here, but it happened here. That's cool. Going to leave a line over here as my mean threshold of the order block. MTH. Need to see a speed move right now. Speed move one more time for the partial. And then I want to see this market to come here around this specific gap. I want to see this gap to be unfilled. If it build a gap over here, I want to see that gap to be unfilled. If it make the gap, I'm not sure it's going to make the gap or not. If it build the gap, I want to see that gap to be unfilled. For now, I'll keep it here as an unfilled gap. If it doesn't build, I'll just remove it. Okay, I don't think so. It has built the gap. No worries. I know it's highly risky, brother, but what I'm doing here, I'm doing with my knowledge. Okay, so I believe it. I have to believe it. Although either way, I mean, if I wouldn't believe it, I'm not interested to take re-entry. As I know that I have done something wrong over here. I didn't cover the whole order block. That's why I would love to take re-entry over here from the order block. If I would cover the order block, I have seen that I didn't get stopped out over here. I would never get stopped out. So as my stop loss was tight, I would love to take re-entry over here. Now, if it doesn't work for this time, then I will quit trading around this area anymore. No more trade is going to be valid to me. I need an unfilled bullish fair value gap right now. That's all I need. It took me again. Okay, so no more trade over here. Both of this area, I'll just simply watch it right now by putting it here to see did I do the mistake because my stop loss was tight, or did I do it like because like Market was really never wanted to go higher. So it really would love to fall and take that low. Just for watching this, I will just watch it. Two trade I framed, none of them worked. But at the end of the day, I want to see just it because I put my stop loss tight, or it was because market was really interested to fall and take this low. Okay, so I actually put the stop loss over here. That was not illogical. So market actually finally took that low. I framed two trade from the same order block. It didn't work. Two losing trade for today so far. Going to keep them over there. 36 handle. Huge stop. Extremely bearish. So not going to get the boom. Just got two losing trade. I really wanted to see the reaction for this 50-minute bearish cap 50%. Then the market could fall. There was nothing wrong. But the way it fall was not expected to me. Biotech healthcare signal, small cap, LGVN to 107. Good shit. Believe it or not, this is a random bot with quant signal. Come on, man. How long you wanna fall without any kind of retracement? Who is flooding the chat? I don't know. Just ban him. Hey FX, how are you, brother? It's a robot. Just ban him. How are you, FX? Time to trade. Both of them are losing today, unfortunately. Even didn't give me the partial. I'm really out of my mind. Why did you give me two losing trade? I'll just see if it. I will just wait until 11 to see if the last macro can give me some sort of reverse. I'm not able to take the sell from the beginning. The way this market is falling, I'm not able to take the sell. Without the retracement, no sell is valid to me. So it should give me some sort of retracement, even if I would love to take the sell. When this market has closed below this new week opening gap, I have to look for the sell. But still, if I would love to take the sell, I need the retracement at first. But it didn't give me any retracement, so no. Good man, how do you like 100.1 minute candle these days? I hate them, brother. To be honest, I'm not able to trade any kind of trade even from this 1 minute chart. Like one candle is really highly volatile market. 76 handle. Randomly just take a sell. If you find, I mean, if you're lucky that you take the sell to this leg or that leg, you're going to get the boom. If you are unlucky and you take the sell here, you're going to be doomed here. If you take the sell here, you're going to be doomed here. Sell here, doomed here. Then finally got it, boom. Like couple of handle, couple of hundred. It's 336 handle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just 8 minutes, nearly 350 handle. One micro NQ stop loss is $400. It's true, man. Uh, how is your trading going on, FX? Where do you want to go? Let me recheck from the beginning. कुछ भी नहीं. Surviving at best. Anyone here take this cell? Anyone here take the cell here? You're surviving, brother. That is the most important part in trading now these days. If you can survive, you're going to be profitable today or tomorrow. All you have to do, you have to survive. That's all. Really tough market. The worst part is it's not giving any retracement. When it is going higher, no retracement. Just keep going higher. When it is falling, no retracement. Just keep falling. I wish I had, but no. Looking for long, but there is too much blood in the streets right now. Gonna wait. Let's wait, brother. I don't know. I was bearish whole day, but hard to find good entry. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Even if you are bearish, it's really difficult to get the sell. Even if you are bearish, that's the most difficult part of trading today. Don't you? I have to take a sell for the market to retrace. Oh man, this is really so fun. Okay, yeah, you should go for a sell, brother. Try to take a sell so that I we can be profitable over here. Oh man, possible bias cliff here. Can be. This is also the 50-minute last fair value gap to the whole leg. This is the leg last gap. So it is retracing so far from the last gap. Just need to see if it can go through this quadrant level. Sorry, the TGIF line, and can go through this gap because that is the gap can hold the market, send it lower again. So I'm more interested to see can it go through this gap. I'm not able to take the sell right now. Would love to wait to see if it can go through that gap. Sorry, not able to take any sort of buy right now. Wanna see can it go through this gap and then keep going higher. London reversal time. So can it really reverse a bit around the London close? Got another market structure shift. I'm really so afraid to frame this buy again because this market is going to trade this gap. That is a very difficult gap to determine. Even if I would love to frame this buy, how much is going to be the stop loss? Man, fuck you. How can I take a trade where the minimum stop loss is like 84 handle? The minimum stop loss is like 84 handle. How can I take this trade? 69 handle, 57 handle, 44 handle, 31 handle. I'll try from here. I don't know where to put the stop loss, but that is also a beautiful setup. I just don't know where to put the stop loss, guys, because I know that I have to put my stop loss below this low, which is gonna be like here. It's gonna be 67 handle. I have no idea how to frame this trade. I should let it go. Yeah, I'll let it go. Not going to take it because if I'm wrong and this is a extremely bearish market really would love to take this low one more time. I'll get 67 handle loss. Not interested to take that 67 handle loss. I'll just let this go. Even if it works, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to take it. See, 84, 60, 70 handle is stop loss, man. Come on. New week opening gap at 15 and last fair value gap. Okay, there is also a new week opening gap. I didn't know that. If we remain bearish, target for the day is 28,875. That's one standard deviation of the first dealing range. Okay. 875, 28,875. Here somewhere. I'm not taking this trade, okay? Even if it works, I don't give a shit. Market structure sheet, fair value gap, because I can't put my stop loss below this low. It's 67 handle. If I'm wrong, then one trade is going to cost me like 67 handles. So I'm not going to take this trade. I'm going to let it go. Even I can't take the buy from the order block as well. See this order block? Because the stop loss is going to be the same. Huge stop loss. So I actually prefer the order block entry in this type of scenario. But still, I can't do that as well. Like here, it's going to be 68 handle. Not able to take this trade as well from the order block. So I'm going to let this go, okay? If I'm wrong, it's going to be 70 handle loss. I'm not interested to take that 70 handle loss. So I sacrifice this trade. So I will just stop after two trade, and I'll be very grateful to the market. If it works over there, I'll be grateful, but not going to take it. You're good to go if you want to take. This is really an awesome trade. 50-minute last variable cap, as Sharoda told that there is also new week opening gap. I didn't know that. So, and then give me the market structure shift, fair value gap, tap to this fair value gap, order block, tap to this order block, will keep going higher. Still, I'm not able to take this trade because of the stop loss. Okay, I'm going to surrender. As it is highly volatile, I'm not able to put my stop loss to the most logical level. So I'm not going to take it. Did you throw the F word? Sorry, man. If I used it, I'm so sorry. Extremely sorry. Okay. Like how you can trade this market, man. I need to see this market to trade this order block before going higher. Let's wait this time for market structure shift. Yeah, you can wait, man. But to me, that is more than enough for being bullish over here. So market structure shift, fair value gap, that's the entry. Stop loss below this low, at least below that low, at least below that low. But the best is to put it below that low. And then the market will go higher. How far? I prefer the 50% range of this fall from here to here, that 50%, which is aligned with this gap. So if it can come to this specific gap over here, at least the 50%, okay? But I can't take the entry over here. As you can see here, this is highly volatile. I don't know how to enter. I took that buy from the fair value gap below. There is a, okay, you took the buy from this gap. Good to go. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you have to compromise the entries. Okay, you can't. Sometimes you are not able to take the entry from the top, so try to take the entry from the bottom. Still, if you see the stop loss is not going to cover the things, then try to take the entry from the bottom of this fair value gap. There is a high probability you will miss the trade, but still, if you can minimize your loss, it's always better. It's always better. Okay, in my opinion. I'm already out. Congratulations, Jamil, for that boom. But you could hold the trade until this line because I believe that it will come to this line. Still, I really need to see this one time at least to come to the 50% range, to the equilibrium. Trader, let's wait, and while waiting, gossip about Tamimi. What do you want to say about Tamimi? If you say something bad, he's going to block me. So how can I just say something against Tamimi? He's so serious now these days. Why it's coming back to trade this order block? Let me see how many likes did I get. Okay, guys, 100 people are watching. Can you please push some more likes over here, guys? Yeah, I know. I didn't frame the winning trade today, just two losing trade, unfortunately. And this is what it is. Some days are really tough to trade. From this gap to until this high is 676 handle. Can you believe it, man? Watch for possible rejection at 4044 on 4. 4044 on 4. If it go over there, that is the best case of scenario. But at least it should come over here around this gap. FX. I mean, to be honest, if you say something against Tamimi, you are going to get blocked without any kind of warnings. So you'll just see that you won't be able to write down anything over here. And if you even able to write down something, you nobody's going to read that comment. Sometimes he just threat me to block. So I'm very afraid to say something against that mullah. Remember, this is the gap that needs to be broken. As long as this gap is not going to be broken, it has a high probability to fall again, even though I'm not able to take the sell. But still, there is also this type of gap here. That was the gap, same gap over here. This gap, that gap. Look, I didn't mark this gap. I didn't mark this gap. I didn't mark this gap. None of them. I just marked this gap and I told that it needs to be broken. So let's see if it can go higher now. While it has done the trading order block, can it go higher now? Watch out. I need a bullish fair value gap again. I also need a bullish fair value gap over here so that I can be over sure this market is going to go higher at least until this gap. But for that, it has to break this gap at first. As long as this gap is not broken, there's a high probability this market will keep falling again. However, if it keep falling, I need the London reversal, London close reversal. So I was waiting to see if it can reverse from the London close around 11 a.m. What is happening over here, man? Come on, do something good. Come on, give me the bull run like with a bullish fair value gap. That's all I need over here. Just a bull run with a bullish fair value gap. And I believe it will come over here. If it doesn't go higher now, it will never go higher. All the job is done over here. So this is the prime time for this market to go higher. Either it will go higher now. If there is any bear candle right now, which is going to close inside this fair value gap, I don't think so it will go higher anymore. So it has to keep going higher and break this gap with speed right now. And it speed that will go through this gap right now with huge speed, not like Mickey Mouse move, like up and down, not like that, boom, something like that. That will tell me that this market is coming over here. It is all working with this order block with this 22 YT model. Market structure shift, fair value gap, come back to this fair value gap. Sorry, here fair value gap came to this fair value gap, order block, trade this order block, retrade the order block. Now it should keep going higher, went through this gap with speed right now. If it can't do that right now, it will never do that again. So this is the prime time for the market to go through all of this area now. All of this area now. Come on, my boy. Go, 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 go. Just give me the speed. Again, I'm not able to enter over here, to be honest. You see here, the order block is also like 65 handle. So if I take the entry from this order block and put my stop loss below this order block, for sure I'll get stopped out. I also didn't frame this trade because if I even frame the 50% of this order block, that was not enough at all. Like you see here, I would get stopped out around that area. And of course, there would be a re-entry opportunity, exactly the same thing I have done over here. The next time it would work, but after getting two loss over here, I was not brave enough to frame the same thing over here. Now I'm watching, can it come to this gap over here? Low of this gap is 314. I would love to see this gap to be unfilled. This gap here, you seeing this gap is actually this bearish fair value gap from 15-minute chart. So the low of this gap is also the 15-minute bearish gap. So can it come to this 15-minute bearish gap? And can it work as an inverse gap? This gap, can it work as an inverse gap? Send from here to until this gap low, at least. I don't want to see this gap to fill 100%. So whatever the market would love to do, I have no objection. All I don't want to see this gap to fill 100%. That's all I don't want to see. Come on, man. Please at least go for the 50-minute fair value gap. Otherwise, it's really a disaster market. Hell. Are you kidding me? Disgusting market. Sharada, why that gap so important, bro? That gap was giving me the confidence that this market is bullish and it is coming over here because after trading the order block, it should leave the breakaway gap open over there. So when it has been filled over here, it means that I'm able to take a breaker block buy right now. But of course, if I have any kind of buy side liquidity over there, unfortunately, I don't have any buy side liquidity around that area, so I'm not able to take the breaker block entry. Otherwise, that could be an awesome opportunities to take the entry from the breaker block. However, it is what it is. I mean, this is really disgusting. So much consolidation today. Not consolidation, sorry. So much bearishness in this market today. I mean, market is extremely heavy. It's is still rejecting to go to the bearish cap from the 50-minute chart. So even if it would love to fall, to me, it should go to this 50-minute bearish cap at least. So here, that is that 50-minute bearish cap. So after coming to this 50-minute bearish cap, then you wanna fall, I'm gonna accept that. No problem. Fall again. But at least come to this 50-minute bearish cap before falling again. It's not doing that. As you can see, just trying to respect this old last gap 50% over here. Just trying to trade here and just keep falling. Shit. I hate it when it happens. Being on the right side of the trade is more important than the model you trade. Of course, man. If you are not right about your direction, then model is going to collapse for sure, right? Model is going to collapse. By anyhow, it is going to collapse. So you have to be right about your bias at first. When you'll be right about your bias, then rest is just piece of cake. There is a setup, you will go for the trade. There is no setup, you are not going to take the trade. That's all. Does it really want to fall again? Seems like it's going to fall again. Back again to this fair value gap. I think, guys, it's extremely bearish market, and if it is real, like this type of bearish market, I'm not able to trade this market at all. It has to come over here so that I can frame another sell for some sort of sell side liquidity, like this low, this low. I can't simply take the trade around here when it's rejecting to go to the bearish PD area. So I prefer not to take any trade here anymore, even though this is a bearish market. As it didn't go to the premium, I'm not able to take any kind of trade over here in this discounted area. Around the London close, I thought that it is going to give me the London close reversal. Still, that didn't it didn't give me that as well. So I think it's better to close the stream for today and to see tomorrow if I find something good over here. Yeah, I'll see if I can find something tomorrow tomorrow. Otherwise, this is disaster. Watch this one, okay? This market structure shift, this small fair value gap, it can of course come over here to this gap as well. But keep watching this one. Maybe it will fall, okay? From this 22 bearish model. Maybe it will fall. I'm not sure about that, but you guys can keep an eye over here. If it fall, try to catch the sell. Otherwise, I don't know what to say. This is really tough market to me. Simply I close the chart. I'm also going to close the chart. See you guys tomorrow. God willing. Until then, cheers.